I already got this bike running once. I even got the electric start to work.
No, I nailed it.
And just when I thought things were going good, we had a major problem. And I had to take the whole engine apart just to fix the transmission. I won't lie, this thing's been apart a little longer than I thought it was gonna be, and I don't really remember where all the pieces go. But I know one thing, we're gonna do our best to ride this bike for the first time since it was sent to its death in the parts row at an auction. Now you might be wondering what led us to this point. Well, here you go. It's like a baby. I did some painting and I did some cleaning, and we're gonna start putting this motor back together.
Yeehaw.
Yee-hoo! I found this really cool paint at the hardware store. It was like a metallic nickel, and when I went to spray it, it didn't come out of the can. Yeah, that was like 5 minutes of my life I'll never get back. So I found this at the Home Depot while I was there and grabbed this color. I just think it looks pretty cool. We'll see how it holds up. And we got our cylinder and our head. We'll come back to those. Let's start here. So I guess we can knock the bearings in. Gonna need a heat gun. We're gonna use all the amp hours. He's on. I would have thought that got hotter, unless my hands are just that cold. Yeah, this thing's a little disappointing, I think. Okay, left half is done. Okay. Now we got some seals here. Right crank seal. This is the left. This is the right. Left crank seal. It's gonna go there. Just throw a little in some bearings here. Let that work its way in. Okay, next we got to figure out our transmission. So that slides over like that. That all looks honky-dory. Nice if that would. See, talking to myself again, Dan.
Talking to the audience.
Talking to the audience, that's right. Yeah, that's what we need. Let's take a look and gander at this. So this was our issue originally. I believe it stands to reason. That's gonna sit down like that. I wonder if this is where I should look in the manual. Il manual. Wouldn't be the first time we shot in the dark, would it, Dan?
Nope.
That's not correct, though. I shot in the dark the wrong way.
That sounded good, right?
Yeah. This rust on the gears is going to work its way out of the system. All right, fine. I'll wipe it off. A little more on there than I thought. Way better.
So much better.
I'm glad you saw that, Dan. Wish I would have paid a little more attention when I pulled this apart. That would have been a thing. Yeah, it's not all the way seated yet. Gotta get the fall down in there better.
You're gonna have to look at the buck, Greg.
What, are you gonna detract points or what? You seem so disappointed in me.
No, that's not that. It's just like, if you're gonna have to look at the book, you might as well just do it.
Sometimes it's fun to figure stuff out.
It is.
But I always do preach. If you send me an email and ask me a question, I say, get a book and read the book. Ooh. Ooh, that sat down there nicely. Oh yeah, that's where it wants to be, I think. So let's put this back on, like that. Let's put that back on, like that. So I'm gonna knock the bearings into that other side quick, and then I'm gonna put these together, bolt a couple things up, and we're gonna go through and make sure that this transmission is shifting and operating correctly.
That was so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Sure was.
That one just popped right in.
Okay, so yeah, let's do the other bearings out of the freezer, and then we'll knock them in quick. What do you say?
Oh, you want me to get the bearings in the freezer?
Yeah, I'll heat this up if you want to grab them.
Sure.
I don't trust Dan with a torch. Thank you, sir. That's it then. Our freezer's empty, right? Except for the chicken
Empty.
sticks.
Yep.
Start putting this stuff back together, and maybe some things will work. That is gross. I didn't clean this yet. I figured I'd leave some stuff to clean on camera. Wow, dude, look at this. This thing must have been sitting at the bottom of a Jersey fishing hole for a while. Look how corroded away the shift shaft is.
Whoa.
Now, luckily...
Whoa. How's that
Okay,
shaft
so-
supposed to shift?
Well, I don't know. My word.
You got chunks out of your shift shaft.
Hey, let's see. I can't stick that through the engine like that. Hold on.
What are you gonna do, sand it?
Yes.
Classic Craig solving all of his problems with sandpaper.
Am I gonna sand it? Whoa, jeez.
Okay.
I don't know if this is a good idea or not.
Don't get your fingers caught in there. It's all fun and games until his finger gets nicked.
Right? Yeah, I better stop. The neat part is I'm just putting all this together to see if it works, and I get to take it all apart again. Okay, so it goes through there. There it goes. Okay, snug that up. It should drop down in there. I will admit, it is kind of neat building my own motor like this because I don't have to worry about keeping everything pristine and clean. Man, if this was a customer's unit, I couldn't be nearly as careless. Bet you these two screws go here. Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad for now.
1 out of 2 is bad. Now 2 out of 3, that ain't bad.
Oh, okay, well then here. Okay, will anything work here? I don't know, let's find out. Feels like a neutral. We're in neutral. Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. We got a high and a low here too I gotta think about. Okay, well that went into gear. That's still in the gear. No, we're neutral, so it's just a ring, 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 ring. 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 Oh, now I'm locked up. Ring.
Really doing good stuff for America there, Craig.
Okay, that is all working good. It's just a little finicky because, you know, I don't have everything being held together and cinched tight. So there's a little bit of wibbly wobbly play in there, but I got through all 3 gears. Now I'm gonna figure out the high and the low to make sure I have the high and the low. And then I'm gonna pull this back apart. And then we're gonna clean up the piston at some point, get the crank pulled in, get this motor put back together. Okay, so next step is I disassemble this again. All right, and now what we want to do is get our crankshaft in. So that'll go like that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on rings. I couldn't find rings. These here look good. Bike has compression, it runs. It just didn't go anywhere, so. If you're an engine builder, just look away now. It's okay, I'm a trained professional. Okay, that is started. Next, I have to remember.
Do you remember?
Do you remember how to use this tool? No, I don't.
Don't worry, Craig, you'll get it.
Totally forgot that the transmission was just hanging loose in there. So when I picked it up, My transmission fell out.
Deep breaths. We'll be back after these messages.
Boom, just like that, it's the next day. All right, I think I have this figured out. The transmission, everything seems to be working like it should. So I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna put some sealer on this half. We're gonna put it down in, on, and we're gonna close up this crankcase.
Sometimes you just gotta go for it, right?
Sometimes you just gotta go for it, Dan. I've never used this before, so we're gonna give it a try. Yemabond. Yemabond is a good one for this application. The right stuff, I use that quite a bit. It's good. This gasket material needs to set up for a couple minutes before I put it together. So I'm just gonna add a little heat to this bearing a while, help it slip over the crank. Has it been a couple minutes yet? About now.
Keep asking in about a minute.
Are we there yet?
Yes, get out.
Pretty sure this is how they did it at the factory. It's gonna do one of two things. It's either gonna push my case half down or pull my crank shaft up. Alrighty, I think
Are we there, Craig?
we're there. Now we just hope the transmission works. If not, I'm gonna worry about that when I get back from Florida.
That's the spirit. Y'all are watching this after Florida, but we're filming this before Florida. Later in the video, it'll be after Florida. Wrap your head around that.
Getting there.
Moment of truth.
Well, we gotta put a couple more things on. Some of the things we should put on would be the screws that hold it together. What do you say to that?
Sounds like a plan. A wondrous plan.
Don't ask what torque is on these. They're JIS screws. Just make them as tight as you can get them, and then it's gonna be the right torque.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
JIS has torque tolerances of whatever.
Right.
Craig, is it the moment of truth yet?
No, not yet. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Those are just snug for now. All right, Dan, do you remember what goes where?
Can't say I do. That's what the instructions are for, right?
Not looking at the instructions. We don't need instructions where we're going. And we have our shift shaft. Our shift shaft. Have this snugged. Let's drop this down through there where it belongs. Something about like that. And then this goes like that. Okay, so next. I don't really remember, do you, Dan?
Nope.
I don't like this washer sitting on top of this. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, see? See how that sits? And it's flat against that inside race versus this one here. It's
Oh,
not.
yeah, that one's lame. Boo. Get out of here.
So it's this, and then it's this.
Beautiful.
And then this.
Poetic. Based.
We're gonna move this out of the way for a hot second. Got a new O-ring for in there. And I have a new seal for in here. I hear a train a-comin', it's coming round the bend. This bike hasn't seen the sunshine since little the wind. It was stuck in someone's garage, right behind the snow blower.
So I pulled it out and put it in my truck to get it running again.
I said, well,
I know a Makuni, I can take it all apart. I can give it a scrub dub dub and love it with all my heart. Oh, this bike was stuck in the garage, right behind the snow blower.
Pin, just like that. Now, rotary, just like that. Now all that is timed. There, work that seal around. How we looking, bud?
Amazing. Put the spring on backwards.
I'm not sure here exactly what I did, but I'll figure it out. I feel like this needs to be on that side of there.
Oh, yeah.
Kind
The
of.
spin shift is upside down.
Yes, I knew you would get
The
it.
dingle darm was not spurbed.
Right, when there's a spring, you have to make sure you sprung the dingle darm. And then how about we bring the spring around this way? We're getting less pieces on the table. Dan, that's a thing. Now the clutch should. There it is. Well,
Well.
not too shabby.
It's looking more and more like an engine.
Well, okay, so then the next thing is gonna be this mess. Secret cleaning agent, man. People are like, WD-40 is such a good cleaner. I'm like, I know, that's why I use it all the time. I'm telling you, it's like my big fat Dutch wedding with Windex, but it's WD.
Big fat Dutch wedding.
Yeah, because I'm Dutch. I'm PA Dutch.
PA Dutch.
You ain't much if you ain't PA Dutch. That's what I always say. Okay, let's figure out this clutch next. Dan.
Can't wait.
I know. All right, let's see what we have here. Here's a steel plate. I'm just dry fitting this right now because you want to leave your friction plates soak in oil for a while, hour or so. Another thing to keep in mind, the steel plates are stamped. So it's a flat sheet of steel and big machine comes in, it's just like, and it's stamping out a bunch of these at a shop. What that means is one of the edges is rounder than the other edge. This has a hard edge to it. This is the soft edge. So this would have been the top, dink. What I like to do, you can do it however you want to do it. Some people say if you put them all one way, your clutch is gonna disengage or engage depending on how you put them smoother. At the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal, right? But if you think about it, what I do is I just kind of alternate. So there, that was sharp side down, and then I'll do sharp side up, sharp side down, sharp side up. There, now you got both, best of both worlds. Okay, so then we want this one lined up with that one. There's no way I'm gonna get all that lined up. Okay, the next thing we need to do is figure out these rubber shims. I thought I ordered these. The parts book is really confusing when it came to this, so if we gotta reuse these, that's just what we're gonna do. Okay, so the stack goes like this. All right.
Very good.
Very good. I'm gonna wash my hands, my oily hands.
Craig, we're back.
We're back.
Do you remember
Okay.
where we were?
It's been like 2 weeks, I think, maybe even more. No, I don't remember where we were, but we're gonna figure it out. Our clutch has been soaking in oil for a while. That's good. Need to finish getting some seals in here. Let's do that quick. Oh, there we go. Okay, now this is the seal we've been waiting for. Okay, so that's gonna go right against here. And then we have our sprocket, our locking tab, and then our nut. I wish I remembered how this stuff went together, Dan. We're just gonna do the best we can.
If only we were putting it together right away instead of goofing around with Paul Sr.
Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Just see what happens. Either it's gonna work or it's not. I mean, those are our choices here. Do you agree?
I would.
I agree.
Yeah, that's how working things work.
That's how working things work.
Yeah, they either work or they don't.
Okay. Now we have that. Next would be clutch. And now clutch parts. Dan, we're gonna stop working on motorcycles.
What do you want to work on, Greg?
No.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. I want to be a veterinarian for a little bit or something. Be a sea cow doctor. Sea cow documentarist.
Sea Cow channel. That's it. We're a Sea Cow channel now.
I'm never gonna make this work. That's just my life. This is never going to work. That felt like it did something. All right, now we gotta tighten those two nuts up. I'm not sure what the official torque is. 2 light ugga sounds about right, but get that locking tab against. Now we're gonna put this back on again. I don't know, there's a good chance we're gonna put this all together and that ain't gonna work, but we'll figure that out once we put it all together.
No, Craig, be more optimistic than that. It's gonna work.
These old bikes are so fun to work on if you do it right the first time. You don't have the pleasure of taking it apart and doing it right again. Okay, what would be left? How about this part here? This is a pretty, why'd everything stop moving?
Is it still stuck or is it worse?
I don't know, I'll let you know here in a second once I figure out what's going on. Because right now it's not spinning the motor. All of a sudden the motor quit spinning.
So it's worse.
Oh wait, there it goes. Okay, where were we? Here's what we need to do. We need to find a base gasket. It's gonna look just like this. Now we need to get our cylinder. It's gonna look like this, and we're gonna hone it because the inside looks like that. So, see that?
Oh, it's like a cylinder.
Need to hit it with some of this, get it a little cleaner. Okay, clean out those transfer ports. It's all looking good. Okay, now we got that cleaned up a little bit. Look how much better that looks. Got a cross hatch on there.
So much better.
Okay, now we make sure we put it on the right way. If you put this on backwards, you'd be silly. Oh, before I do that, I gotta put my piston on. That would also be silly if I didn't do that. Next thing is piston. We gotta make sure we put the piston in the correct way. If you put the piston in backwards, you will smoke a motor in a second.
Wait, really? Mm-hmm. Wow, okay.
Because what'll happen is, on 2 strokes here, you have locator pins. So the ring, once it's compressed, can't move past there. If you put it on backwards, what'll happen, or the reason they have these in certain locations is because of the ports. So you don't want a ring to slide out or it'll open up and it'll catch the port and it'll smoke your motor. Okay, arrow points towards the exhaust. So that's gonna go that way. Put our bearing in, there we go. Yep, just like that. Double check our arrow. Slides right through like that. There we go. Bam, just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Very nice.
And then we need a head and a head gasket. Head gasket. Head gasket, knees and toes, knees and toes. Just like that. Let's find some torque specs. And then when we come back in the morning, let's throw this thing in the motorcycle.
Woohoo!
Like a baby. All right, let's get the engine back in the bike and bolt on the rest of the stuff. And I don't remember cleaning the carburetor. First of all, let's just see if this thing will work. Oh, it's heavy. Off the. There we go.
You're doing a great job, Craig.
I think so too, Dan.
Doing a great job for America.
Perfect.
Is it? It's perfect?
Absolutely perfect.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's get this all put together. Any of these
really seem to make sense anywhere. No. No, not really. Just like that. Good here for right now. Let's go to the other side. Okay, I need to pull the wires. Oh, I kind of did myself dirty here because now I have the wires tucked in. And there's no access to them at all. Dan, this is your favorite part.
What?
This is where we start taking things back apart.
Oh my God.
I feel like that needs to be addressed. Dan, we can't show them what we're gonna do, okay?
We can't? Oh, I'm just holding the camera up for practice. Why? Because it's incorrect or because OSHA is gonna come after us?
Yes. I mean, what's a little hot glue amongst friends, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, geez.
How's that going?
Oh, much.
Uh-oh. I mean, we got just enough.
Looks like.
That's what I heard.
Not how I would do it on a customer's bike, but you know what? It's my bike. Oh, that's fantabulous. That'll never come loose. Okay, now we're back to where we once were. Back to where you once belong.
Got this, Greg. I believe in you.
I guess that cover would go on next. Just some clutch stuff, the kicker. Oil pump gear needs to get lined up. We can't mess that up. Oh my, if we screw that up. And then carburetor. I like it. Let's do it. It's a little gross in there. That's not what you want your oil pump looking like. Okay, so while that stuff's soaking, let's pull apart these carburetors. We're gonna do it right the first time. Well, at least we're gonna try. Don't remember, like, I'm gonna say we didn't clean the carbs. I always start with a good, clean, well-organized surface. A little heat here to what we're doing. Okay. So far it's feeling good. Just gonna work it back and forth, get that penetrating oil soaking in. I gotta take little bits. Come on. Kind of got in my mouth. Okay, patience is gonna be the key here. So while that's soaking, I'm gonna finish cleaning the cover. Do you know what we need?
Tell me what we need.
Hot soapy water. I don't want to brag, Dan, but that might be the cleanest clutch cover on a parts bike we've got. Let's see if this thing here's loose. So I'm just working it back and forth. I take it out till it about gets stuck, and then I work it back in, just trying to get that penetrating oil to seep in, loosen things up. Kind of helps clean the threads as I go by backing it in and out. I might get a half a turn at a time, but that's just what it is. The carburetor is just so corroded. The wall cracked a little bit where the pilot jet is, but I think we should be able to salvage it. The stress is really, we gotta open a door, get a fan. This is taking years off my life.
Maybe sometimes you just gotta clean what you can, Craig. Maybe it's good enough. Just put it back together, let's go.
There's no coming back from this. We are 100% committed to either success or failure at this point.
Well, we've been here before.
We have been here before. Dan, this is not uncharted territory. Can't give up. Giving up is certain failure. My heavens, we are getting so close to imminent failure or imminent success. I'm gonna give it a little more heat, just a little. Maybe help some things slide around a little. Okay, whatever we got growing in there is bubbling. I get the old Michael Bublé in. Oh, it smells like.
Get it in there, get it Michael Bublé in.
I'm getting notes of rodent urine. Okay, well.
What?
So what's going on here now is the car body is just so corroded and so brittle that it's kind of just flaking apart. But we're gonna keep going. Drastic times.
Drastic times call for
Left-handed drill bits, which are probably at my house. I think I salvaged it. Here's what I did. And I ran to my shop, and because I had left-handed drill bits, and I took carb and a left-handed drill bit, and I drilled a hole. Now, the reason I used a left-handed drill bit instead of a right-handed drill bit is because sometimes you get lucky and a left-handed drill bit will catch and whatever it is you're trying to get out will just come out. Then I have my easy out, and if I tap that in slightly with my adjustable hammer, give this thing a turn. And there we have it, the pilot jet.
That's what was stuck in there?
That was what was stuck in there. However, we still have this piece of the carb that's broken here. And that's probably going to come back to haunt us later, but we'll figure that out later. Well, we did the best we could, but we weren't able to get it riding for this video, and I'm out of time. I promised my kids we were going to go do something fun. But we are one step closer to riding this bike, and I got a lot of fun stuff planned for it. We're just going to have to try next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Find yourself an old bike and start wrenching. We're going to see you later.